Recently, I bought this old Drawknife for about €5 from a guy that sells all kinds of metal junk, and this video I'll be trying to restore it. I'll start by sanding all of the rust away. I think in some places there was also some old paint, like here, just green paint, so I think I'll move to 60 grit just to get this paint off, and then I'll go to a lighter grit. So this paint really does not want to get off. It's still here in these places. I'll try to maybe hand sand it, and if that doesn't work, then I'll just let it be. Okay, that seemed to do the job. It's definitely better. Now I'll just sand it with 120 grit just to make it look a bit better. Okay, so the top range here is now relatively clean. I'll move and do the same to the back side. So the top and the bottom are pretty clean, at least as clean as I can get them. But the blade here, the thing that actually cuts, this needs to be like as clean as possible. So I'll do it with the belt sander. So the blade is decently sharp now, but if you're paying attention, you would notice it doesn't have a handle. And this is actually how I bought it. But luckily I was able to buy a handle that is almost identical to this one from a different guy who sells a bunch of junk. So now I'll attach this handle and I'll clean both of these because they're really dirty. Okay, so both of the handles are now sanded. They're not the most beautiful handles, but they're fine. I like them. So now I'll attach this one over here. I'll figure out how to do that. I fucked up. Okay, so the handle cracked completely in half. But maybe that is also a good thing, because now I see that the holes I drilled, they were definitely not deep enough. You can see that here there was like just a whole block of wood in the middle right here. So maybe that was actually good, because now I can make the holes actually the right size and drill them the whole way through, and then I'll just glue it together on the metal part. So I was wondering how to attach the handle properly, because how they do it here is they flatten out the top with a hammer, because when you use the Drawknife you pull on the handle a lot. So what I'll do is I'll do the same, except I'll first put a bearing and then I'll flatten it out so I don't ruin the handle. What I'll be using now to attach the two handle pieces to the main part is epoxy. Okay, so it looks pretty okay. The gap is pretty small, and also exactly how much as I want is sticking out, so I can properly attach the handle. Yeah, now until tomorrow. The epoxy is dry now, and it looks very nice. And now I just need to sand it again because there's still some spots where the epoxy is. Okay, so this handle is nice and clean now. Now I'll sand the other handle with 220 grit. Okay, both the handles are nice and clean. Now I'll put on here, I'll put this bearing and then flatten the top out with a hammer so the handle doesn't go loose. Okay, so I hammered it now. The bearing is nicely tight, it doesn't move. So now when I use it and I pull on the handle doesn't come off.